heartbeat.
Yeah, once his health improves, one of the things on my agenda for next year is to take Pops to Las Vegas for a big fight because he's never. You know, truthfully, look, I'll say this:
the Andre fight was the fight with you, BT.
Huh?
The Andre fight was the only live fight I went to, like a real live.
Aside from local cards.
Yeah,
and Berlanga.
But I like to go. I'm more excited to interact with the fans outside.
I'll tell you this about my dad. Now look, I love my dad because when I was just growing up as a young man, my dad sacrificed a lot for me. So because he sacrificed a lot for me, he didn't really get to travel like a lot. And luckily for me, I've been able to travel a little bit, and I've been able to see a lot of the country. God. So now it's like I can't wait to take him to like
interact with the fans,
New York and Vegas, and
I can talk to anybody. I got make
this guy just goes anywhere.
Today we met a guy I never knew. Brendan, tell about the German fighter.
We were at Warriors Gym today.
You ever seen?
We were at Warriors Boxing Gym today, right? And I ran into today. We ran into
a German fighter from the.
We ran into a heavyweight prospect. Some of you guys may know him, Christian Thun. He's like 6-0, 4 knockouts. He was Anthony Joshua's sparring partner. 6'9", big guy,
huge.
Pops saw him today. Never met him before.
He started talking.
And he starts talking to him, makes the guy laugh. He met John David Jackson for the first time today.
Made him laugh. Yeah.
Saw Timur Bragomir made him. So this guy right here, the people's champion.
This guy, the people's champion. I know how to relate to people. People relate to me because I'm real. If you're always real and you stick to your own self and you be real, and you don't be artificial or be fake, people respect you.
You know, Paul, look, we're like an hour and 47 minutes into this live, so we can veer off a little bit. If y'all got boxing questions, y'all keep dropping them. But I want to ask Pops a question. So, Pops, like, you're like a very authentic person, right? Mm-hmm. How do you always remain so authentic no matter like where you're at, who you meet, like how? Because a lot of people out there, it's not just like a lot of people out there. I'm sure they want to be themselves, but sometimes they struggle to be themselves.
I'm gonna tell you a little secret.
Talk to them.
When I was in high school, I was the biggest fucking nerd.
Yeah.
I had my glasses like the guy right here.
Yeah, them specs. I see the pictures.
Specs like this. When everybody had the lunch hour or whatever, just before all this crazy COVID and all this closed in and whatever, I would go to the library and just be a nerd. And I realized, you know what? Being a nerd or being closed in is not benefiting me at all. It's time for me to open up to everybody. And whatever the life dealt on me, I had no choice but to open up anyways. I lived in the streets. I lived homeless. I relate to
how long were you in the streets and how long were you homeless?
Oh man, I was almost a good 4 years.
Was it really? I didn't know it was that long. Yeah. You told me about it. I never.
It was a long time. I lived in the beach in a cardboard box. I'm not ashamed to say that.
What was this? Like how old were you?
Oh, I had to be back in 1988, 89.
So you were like 20?
Yeah.
21?
I did a lot of shit, but I relate to people because I've been through it. And what I've learned is if you don't talk to nobody or communicate to nobody and make them feel comfortable in their own zone or whatever, you get some common place, you got common ground, people won't relate to you. But I've gone, like today, I met this German guy. I didn't know shit about him, but I was adopted. I was raised by a German. I'm Puerto Rican descent.
You know what we got to do?
And I'll tell you real quick. The German guy hit it off with me right off the bat. All I said was, my mother was German from whatever city in Germany.
Yeah.
And we hit it. And Brendan's like, Dad, how the fuck you talk to these people?
Everywhere we go.
Anywhere.
It never fails.
Because
everywhere we go.
Because the bottom line is how you communicate and how you sell yourself, how you brand yourself. And I'm a realist. I don't hide nothing from nobody. I mean, we got a good friend of ours. I'm not going to say his name. And he was telling me, how does Brendan go to Las Vegas, go here? I said, I don't know, but I'm a broke motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about, yeah. A good friend. And he's like, I said, I'm broke as fuck. I just had a heart attack. And what I carry this thing, right?
Yeah.
Right here, like, I'm going to show you guys. I carry this thing right here. This is from my heart.
He had his heart attack. How long ago was your heart attack? 2 months ago? July
8th, yeah.
So 3 months ago.
Yeah, 3 months. And I had this right here. This monitors my heart and everything. And I was telling my friend, I was like, yo, this looks like remember back in the day when cells first came out, they had this big black fucking damn thing. He didn't know that this was a heart monitor, but I have a heart monitor in my heart and everything. But I life is too short. Make people laugh and have fun with it and move on.
Now you were in the at what age did you join the military? Because I know you're in the military.
In 89, 22 probably.
So this was around the time when you were homeless. You joined the military.
Yeah, I was homeless for almost 3 years. I lived on a beach. Not because let's get it right. I was brought up by a German lady. I had everything middle class. I had everything. But my mom was very protective. I couldn't do shit. I couldn't go fuck a girl if I wanted to fuck a girl. If I work at a supermarket late at night, she would call me. I'm like, fuck this. I need to.
Couldn't box.
I couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I'm not living this fucking. God bless my mom. I love her to death. This German Nazi shit. And I'm like, I'm not living this bullshit. And I left and I went on the streets. And it's the best thing I did because I learned people that had businesses, that were lawyers, that were doctors. You will not believe the people that you meet in the streets, how smart and what they went through, and you don't judge them for who they are or whatever the case may be. So I've learned to relate to everything, and that's how I learned. I live in the hood. My mom lived in a fucking drug dealer. I lost my sisters for drugs or whatever, but I've been through all kinds of shit. So when I see somebody, I find something I can relate to them with. I make them laugh, and once I break that ice, it's a motherfucking rap.
That's true.
I mean, the only thing I can say that is BG calls me out on day says, "Dad, you're fucking playing with girls. You don't pick the fine girls."
Oh yeah. That's about it. But that's another.